All right, now we're just going to check to see if equations are parallel, perpendicular, or both. So first, let's look at these ones. Well, here's the slope of this line, and here's the slope of this line, because these are in slope-intercept form. So this has a slope of 5, and this has a slope of 5. Well, if they have the same slope, we know that they are parallel. Okay, well, what about these ones? Again, these are in slope-intercept, so the slope is right in front of us. There's this one, and there's this one. So this one is -3/2, and this one is 2/3. So let's compare these. If I flip this one over and change its sign, does it become that? Well, yeah, so if I flip this over, it becomes -2/3, and then if I change its sign, it becomes +2/3. So these two are opposite reciprocals, which means these are perpendicular lines. Now, what about the slope of these lines? What's the slope of these lines? Well, it's kind of a trick question because in standard form, the slope isn't super obvious. It doesn't just jump out at you like it does in slope-intercept form. So we have to put these into slope-intercept form so we can compare them. So let's get y by itself here. So we're going to subtract x from both sides. And we get 2y equals -x plus 2. Divide both sides by 2 so that we can get y by itself, so we can get this into mx plus b form. So when I divide both sides by 2, I get y equals -1/2 x plus 1. Okay, and now this one again, I need to get y by itself, so I subtract 6x from this side, subtract 6x from this side, those two zero each other out. -3y equals -6x plus 21. -3, I divide both sides by -3, those zero each other out, and I have y equals -6 divided by -3 is 2x. 21 divided by -3 is -7. So where are the slopes? Now that these are in slope-intercept form, we can check y equals mx plus b, y equals mx plus b. So m is our slope, so that's this one and this one. Now if I flip this over and change the sign, does it become this one? It does. If I flip this over, it's 2/1, and if I change the sign, it becomes positive. So -1/2 and +2 are negative reciprocals, or opposite reciprocals of each other. So these are perpendicular. All right, let's take a look at this one. Again, we need to get these in slope-intercept form, so we're going to subtract x from both sides. I have -y equals -x plus 9. Divide both sides by -1, and I get y equals x minus 9. Now, this one's already in slope-intercept form, so let's look. What's right here in m? What's right here in front of the x? Well, there's that invisible 1. Remember, in math, if there's nothing multiplied by it, that's really the same as multiplying it by 1. So there's this little invisible 1 in front of these. So this has a 1 slope, and this has a 1 slope. Since they're the same, these are going to be parallel. Let's take a look at some of these ones down here now. So this is y equals -7, this is x equals 2. Well, what's the slope of this line? Well, that one is a horizontal line. So let's graph it. It's a horizontal line at -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's call that -7 right there. Okay, that's a horizontal line. So the slope of that is 0. And here is a vertical line at x equals 2. 1, 2. Okay, so they meet right here at this point, and a horizontal line and a vertical line actually always make a 90-degree angle. So a horizontal line and a vertical line are perpendicular. You know, the slope of this one is undefined, and the slope of this one is 0, and so you just have to think of these ones logically. Well, a slope of undefined means horizontal, or vertical, excuse me, and slope of 0 means horizontal. All right, finally, let's look at this one. If we graph these two lines, we have x equals 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And x equals -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these are two lines. X equals -5 and x equals 9. Well, these are vertical lines, and two vertical lines that go straight up and down. Well, these ones are going to be parallel, right? That's kind of the definition of parallel. We know that. So I hope that gives you a little idea of how to compare the slopes of lines, even if they're in different forms, like here, where some of them are in slope-intercept and some of them are in standard.